Thank you, Chairman Owens, Ranking Member Bonavici, and members of the committee for the invitation to address this committee. My name is Stanley Goldfarb. I'm a board-certified nephrologist, former Associate Dean of Curriculum at the University of Pennsylvania Perelman School of Medicine, and chair of the medical nonprofit Do No Harm. I have practiced medicine for over 50 years, and I care deeply about the state of American medicine. My message today is simple. DEI is dangerous everywhere, but it's most dangerous in medical school. Americans need to know exactly what's happening. Your future doctors are learning about divisive politics at the expense of life-saving care. They're being taught to discriminate by race, not treat patients equally. Ultimately, your future doctor is being trained to be an activist. But you don't need an activist when you're sick or suffering from a life-threatening disease. You need a doctor. And if we don't restore medical school to its real mission, Americans will inevitably suffer a diminished quality of health care. I've had a front row seat to the corruption of medical education. Precious classroom and clinical time is now devoted to issues such as climate change, homelessness, policing, and other social issues that doctors cannot change. The ideologues behind this trend know it, but they don't care. They want doctors who will march into hearing rooms like this one to support political causes. They don't want doctors, they want lobbyists in white coats. Consider what every medical student is now required to learn. The Association of American Medical Colleges, which effectively controls medical education, now forces medical schools to teach intersectionality, oppression, colonization, and white supremacy, among other core DEI topics. These aren't throwaway lines in a one-day seminar. They infuse everything from the first year of medical school to the last year of residency. Yet every minute students spend on colonialism is one they don't spend on cancer. When they study global warming, they don't study geriatric care. One medical student recently told my organization, "I've learned more about pronouns than I have about how the kidney functions." Patients should be concerned. DEI dominates far beyond the classroom. The Association of American Medical Colleges has compiled a list of 89 DEI policies that it wants to see at medical schools. Through Freedom of Information requests, my organization has found that most have implemented at least 81% of these demands. Many are close to 100%. For instance, medical schools routinely demand that faculty and staff sign DEI loyalty oaths. The goal is to weed out anyone who opposes DEI. To see where that leads, look at Washington University's medical school, where a lecturer threatens students not to debate her on critical race theory. This is the essence of compelled speech. Medical schools are lowering admission standards in the name of diversity, too. Some have abandoned requiring the MCAT for all applicants, even though the MCAT is the best predictor of a student's ability to become a doctor. By recruiting less qualified students, medical schools are producing less qualified physicians. And medical schools openly discriminate by race. We found numerous medical scholarships and fellowships that bar white and Asian students from applying. And we recently blew the whistle on UCLA medical schools requiring students to segregate by race. Nationwide, schools are dividing students into race-based classes and groups. They're violating federal civil rights laws, and they don't care unless called out. Worst of all, medical schools now support the resegregation of healthcare itself. DEI holds that patients should see physicians with the same skin color. Over 60 studies have shown that segregated medicine has no benefits, yet medical schools are pushing it anyway. Everything I've described is happening in red and blue state medical schools alike, Missouri, South Carolina, and Indiana as well. Medical students deserve better. Having educated thousands, I know that young people become doctors because they want to save lives. They deserve an education that empowers them, not indoctrination that corrupts them. Most of all, patients deserve better. They need doctors who will treat their illnesses and cure their diseases, not discriminate by race and advocate for divisive political demands. DEI puts Americans' lives at risk. The best way to save lives is to get DEI out of medicine now. Thank you. I look forward to your questions and hope to see congressional action in the days ahead.